Welcome everyone. Tonight we're diving into the most mind-bogglingly silly decisions people have ever made. These aren't just little mistakes, these are epic Hall of Fame blunders. From robbing a police station to using a microwave as a hat, with cement. You won't believe these stories. Get comfortable, grab some popcorn, and prepare to feel like a genius by comparison. If you love stories that make you say no way, hit subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Ready? Let's jump into our first unbelievable story. Picture this. You're finally on that dream vacation, deep within the serene embrace of a national park. Towering trees surround you, sunlight filters through the leaves, and the air is crisp and clean. You're hiking along a winding trail, completely immersed in the beauty of nature, a world away from the hustle and bustle of everyday life. It's a moment of pure tranquility, a chance to reconnect with the wild. Suddenly, your peaceful reverie is interrupted. You spot something moving in the distance. As you focus your eyes, you realize it's a wild bear, a magnificent creature in its natural habitat. It's an awe-inspiring sight, a reminder of the raw power and untamed beauty of the wilderness. Now most people, understanding the potential danger and respecting the bear's space, would slowly and cautiously back away, keeping a safe distance. They'd admire the animal from afar, perhaps snapping a quick photo with a zoom lens, always prioritizing their safety and the well-being of the bear. But not our first hero. Oh no, this individual had a different idea. A burning desire for internet fame. He wanted a selfie. Driven by the allure of social media validation, he crept closer and closer, phone out and ready, completely disregarding the obvious warning signs. He was determined to get that perfect shot, that viral sensation, no matter the cost. He was ignoring the numerous signs posted throughout the park, the clear and unambiguous warnings that bears aren't exactly Instagram-friendly, and that approaching wildlife is dangerous and irresponsible. Other tourists watched in horror, their faces etched with disbelief and concern, as they witnessed this reckless display of vanity and disregard for safety. They knew this wasn't going to end well. He edged closer, striking a pose, completely oblivious to the very real danger he was putting himself in. He was so focused on the screen, on capturing the perfect image, that he failed to recognize the warning signs, the subtle cues that the bear was becoming increasingly agitated. Finally, the bear, having reached its limit, decided to send a clear message. Annoyed by the intrusion and feeling threatened, it gave a warning swipe with its massive paw. The swipe connected, sending the selfie seeker scrambling backwards in a panic, his phone flying through the air and landing with a thud on the forest floor. He managed to escape with his life, but not without a souvenir, a painful gash on his arm, a permanent reminder of his foolish encounter. And the coveted selfie? It was a blurry, out-of-focus mess capturing only a fleeting glimpse of the bear's paw and his own terrified face. A far cry from the viral sensation he had envisioned. The lesson here is clear. Zoom lenses exist for a very good reason. They allow you to capture stunning images of wildlife from a safe and respectful distance, without putting yourself or the animals at risk. Don't ever risk your life or the well-being of an animal for a few fleeting likes on social media. Your life is worth far more than internet fame. Remember, nature is not your personal selfie backdrop. It's a precious and delicate ecosystem that deserves our respect and protection. Let's admire it from a distance, appreciate its beauty, and leave it undisturbed for future generations to enjoy. And now let's dive into the story of our next criminal mastermind. Or perhaps we should say, master mistake. Because this one is truly special. Get ready for a tale of unbelievable ineptitude. This individual, in their infinite wisdom, decided to skip what most would consider a crucial step in any endeavor, especially one involving potential legal ramifications. The planning phase. No blueprints, no maps, no alibis, just pure, unadulterated impulse. It's like they woke up one morning and thought, today's the day I become a criminal, without giving a second thought to the how. Fueled by this sudden urge, they confidently walked into a building with the intention to rob it. A bold move, one might say. A daring adventure into the world of crime. Unfortunately, or perhaps hilariously, it was a police station. Yes, you heard that right. Our aspiring criminal, in their infinite lack of foresight, chose the most secure building in town as their target. Undeterred, or perhaps simply oblivious, he marched right up to the front desk, ready to make his demands. He was ready for a stick-up, adrenaline pumping, heart racing, or at least we assume it was. Maybe it was just the sheer terror of realizing what he was about to do, only to realize that the receptionist wasn't your average paper pusher, but a uniformed officer of the law. The look on his face must have been priceless. The lobby fell silent, the hum of daily police activity replaced by an almost comical stillness. As everyone stared, a sea of blue uniforms and questioning glances, probably thinking it was some kind of elaborate, albeit poorly executed, prank, or maybe they thought it was a new recruit who had gotten terribly lost. Within seconds, before he could even stammer out an explanation or attempt a daring escape, he was surrounded, cuffed, the cold steel a stark reminder of his monumental blunder, and arrested, his dreams of criminal glory dissolving into the harsh reality of police custody. Without the officers even needing to leave their desks. It was so effortless it probably counted as their coffee break entertainment. He literally delivered himself to the police, a walking, talking, self-incriminating package, gift-wrapped in bad decisions and tied with a bow of utter foolishness. A true testament to the power of poor planning. The easiest arrest ever. They probably gave him an Employee of the Month award. Ironically, of course. Moral of the story? Check the sign before you rob the place. A little reconnaissance goes a long way, folks. Some plans are doomed from the start, destined to fail in the most spectacular and embarrassing ways possible. So, learn from this cautionary tale. Don't be that guy, and maybe, just maybe, consider a career change. Emergencies come in all shapes, some more ridiculous than others. One woman called 911 because her manicure was botched. The dispatcher had to explain that ugly nails aren't a crime, and police have bigger issues than nail polish disputes. She insisted, convinced the law should intervene in her beauty crisis. Eventually, she was warned about misusing emergency services. Remember, 911 is for real emergencies, not beauty blunders. Save the complaints for Yelp, not the police. Don't tie up help for someone who actually needs it. Priorities, people. A YouTuber thought it'd be hilarious to cement his head inside a microwave. 7 bags of polyfilla, a plastic bag, and a breathing tube. What could go wrong? The cement hardened fast, trapping him inside. His friends tried for 90 minutes to free him before calling firefighters. The rescue team spent an hour carefully dismantling the microwave and chipping away cement. He survived, but emergency services were not amused. Their time was wasted on a prank gone wrong. Lesson: don't mix appliances, cement, and your head. Some ideas should stay in your drafts. Most criminals try not to leave evidence. This guy left his wallet, complete with his driver's license, at the scene of a car break-in. The car owner handed the wallet to police, who now had the thief's name, address, and photo. Easiest case ever. The thief was arrested almost immediately, probably still wondering how he got caught. If you're going to commit a crime, maybe don't bring your ID, or better yet, don't commit the crime at all. Some mistakes solve themselves. Crime doesn't pay, especially when you leave your calling card. International travel is often perceived as glamorous, filled with exciting adventures and new cultural experiences. However, the reality often involves navigating a complex web of regulations, security protocols, and potential delays. The stress of long lines, potential for missed connections, and the ever-present anxiety of ensuring all your documents are in order can quickly turn a dream vacation into a logistical nightmare. And while most travelers are simply trying to make their flights, there are always a few individuals who attempt to circumvent the rules, often with disastrous results. One such individual thought he could outsmart the system, but only ended up making things significantly worse for himself. He decided to use a fake passport, the kind that promises a new identity and a clean slate. But here's where the story takes a bizarre turn. He put his real name on it. Yes, you heard that right. He went through the trouble and likely considerable expense of acquiring a counterfeit document, engaging in illegal activity to obtain a false identity. But, inexplicably, he didn't bother to change the name. It was as if he wanted to be caught, or perhaps he simply didn't think things through. The passport, in all its forged glory, proudly displayed his actual, legal name. The border agent, trained to spot inconsistencies and irregularities, scanned the passport. The system immediately flagged the document. His real identity, the one matching the name on the fake passport, was already on a watch list. And just like that, his travel plans came to an abrupt halt. He was detained on the spot, questioned, and escorted away from the gate. It's like sneaking into a party with a fake ID that's actually your real ID. You've gone to the effort of creating a false document, but it defeats the entire purpose because it points right back to you. The bouncer wouldn't even need to think twice. He was arrested, his carefully laid travel plans were immediately canceled, and the prospect of a relaxing vacation vanished before his eyes. Instead, he was facing serious legal consequences. He learned a hard lesson about the importance of details, and the potentially severe repercussions of overlooking even the smallest element when attempting to deceive authorities. The consequences of his actions were now very real. If you're going to break the law, which we strongly advise against, at least take the time to understand how it works, and the potential pitfalls that await those who aren't meticulous in their planning. Ignorance is no excuse, especially when dealing with matters of national security. Or, just don't break the law. It's generally a much simpler and less stressful path to take. The potential rewards rarely outweigh the risks involved. Some shortcuts, especially those involving illegal activities, lead straight to jail, a place where vacation plans are permanently put on hold. Always read the fine print, especially on fake documents. You might just find your real name staring back at you, along with a hefty dose of regret. A guy wanted to surprise his girlfriend by climbing down her chimney, Santa style. He got stuck wedged tight, unable to move up or down. His girlfriend heard muffled cries and eventually realized they were coming from the fireplace. Firefighters arrived to find legs dangling from the chimney and spent 2 hours dismantling it to free him. He emerged covered in soot, embarrassed but unharmed. The romantic gesture destroyed the chimney and his pride. Some surprises are best left to Santa. Don't try this at home. Grand gestures can go hilariously wrong. Stick to the front door. GPS is great unless you follow it blindly. One driver trusted their GPS so much they drove straight down a boat ramp and into a lake. The car sank, the driver swam out, and the GPS calmly announced, "You have arrived at your destination." The incident became a local legend and a cautionary tale. Technology is helpful, but it can't replace common sense. Always look out your windshield, not just at your screen. If your GPS tells you to drive into water, don't. Let common sense be your co-pilot. One student, instead of doing their homework, submitted a meme as their assignment. The teacher responded by grading the meme, marking it up with comments like unclear thesis and not in MLA format. The meme got an F, and the teacher's witty comeback went viral. It was a perfect lesson in humor and authority. Memes don't count for credit, but teachers do have a sense of humor. Next time, just do the homework. Creativity is great, just not as a substitute for effort. Don't test your teacher's patience with memes. Someone tried to pay for real groceries with Monopoly money. The cashier, stunned, had to explain that board game bills aren't legal tender. The shopper insisted, but security was called and the scheme failed spectacularly. Instead of a cart full of goods, they left with a fraud charge and a harsh lesson in economics. You can't buy groceries with a get-out-of-jail-free card. Fantasy money stays in the game. Real life requires real cash. Don't try to outsmart the system with play money. Some dreams are best left on the board. That's our show! From microwaves to Monopoly money, these stories prove someone's always having a weirder day than you. Thanks for joining us for these masterpieces of human silliness. Next time you make a mistake, remember, at least you didn't try to rob a police station. If you enjoyed this, hit subscribe, like, and share with a friend who needs a laugh. We'll be back soon with more unbelievable stories. Until then, stay safe, make good choices, and don't follow your GPS into a lake.